What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $600 million according to CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano as the 8th most bullish community sentiment at over 87%. Flux Point Studios announces the upcoming release of its Cardano Unreal Engine 5 SDK, enabling gaming developers to easily integrate the Cardano blockchain. As a bonus, SHARDS holders will benefit from 33% of all SDK revenue being deposited into their on-chain community treasury. They go on to explain that this SDK can generate secure Cardano wallets inside any menu or any onboarding flow, import wallets, send ADA or native tokens between any two addresses, move NFTs player to player, and mint new NFTs and tokens on demand and push them instantly on chain. In a nutshell, this Cardano Unreal Engine 5 SDK is basically plug and play for gaming developers to turn any Unreal Engine game into a Cardano compatible game, already tested on Unreal Engine 5.5.4. Flux Point Studios is crushing it. They continue to deliver fantastic stuff, so I'm very excited to see how this will be utilized by gaming developers. Aerodrome integrates Coinbase wrapped ADA on Base Network, bringing wrapped ADA to the leading DEX on Base. This is fantastic because yesterday we saw Coinbase make the announcement of launching ADA on Base. It's live, and so one after the other, we're going to see more and more DEXs on Base Network listing wrapped ADA on Base. We already have two massive lucrative opportunities with BTC and Ethereum with the cbADA, almost 5,000% APR for LP rewards. So this is great, guys. It's going to continue to cross-pollinate more users, more utility, and it will benefit both Base Network, but also in particular Cardano as well. Well, what does the Cardano Foundation CEO Frederik Gregaard think? He says he's really happy to announce that Coinbase now offers wrapped ADA on Base. Now let's see if we can also reverse it and start having Coinbase wrapping assets on Cardano. I think that's inevitable. And I think we will see CNTs also listed on Coinbase and many other top tier exchanges. Coinbase continues to get more involved with Cardano, even if it's low key and quiet, like with increasing their staking as well. Lace Beta now supports Midnight Testnet, enabling users to experience private shielded transactions and access cutting-edge Midnight Testnet features. This is superb. Alex Becker, he's Alex, I'm Alex, we're all Alex. We got the Neo Tokyo hoodie on. Hate him or love him, at the end of the day, very successful entrepreneur, even way before crypto. He predicts that once Ethereum leads and triggers altcoin season, Wall Street will rotate into the other top altcoins, massively accumulating Cardano ADA. And I think so. At the end of the day, we'll have Bitcoin pumping, Ethereum pumping, and that rotation of profits. And we will see a surge, I believe, into Cardano. Coinbureau says, and this is an idea here, ADA could be used as collateral in DeFi to borrow stablecoins to buy BTC for Cardano's treasury. If LTV, or the loan to value ratio, is kept low, there'd be little to no risk of liquidation, enabling Cardano to accumulate tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin without selling ADA. So there's a variety of creative ways to accumulate more Bitcoin. And they also think that it's a good idea, what Charles has been proposing, to supercharge stablecoins and whatnot, create some diversity, Cardano Sovereign Wealth Fund. Liqwid, Cardano's largest lending protocol, is ready for the Bitcoin toggle. And Cardinal, in a nutshell, opens the door for BTC to become a Cardano Native Token. Users will be able to interact with Cardano-native DeFi while maintaining BTC's security guarantees and self-custody. This is going to be one of the big competitive advantages for Cardano, because self-custody is often something that they give away when people want to do stuff with their Bitcoin. They don't need to do that. They don't need to compromise on self-sovereignty with Bitcoin DeFi powered by Cardano. Kraken, serving over 15 million clients. Yesterday we saw them expand to Europe, and now they've also launched Crack, a global money app with instant sending and zero fees, supporting over 300 currencies, including Cardano, in over 160 countries. Funds are protected via proof of reserves, robust encryption, and user authentication. So fantastic to see them kind of have this simplified money app. And why not? Auto conversions, rewards, keeping it simple, keeping it easy to understand for the masses. DeFi Llama, world's largest DeFi TVL aggregator, says total stablecoin supply has now surpassed $252 billion, a whopping 20x increase in 5 years. Just 5 years. And that's why also, right, stablecoin bill, this amount of capital with issuance, that's why it's so important for us to be primed up and ready with our stablecoins, also to reduce slippage, reduce price impact, improve the perception of Cardano, among many other benefits. So I think it's a good idea for us to supercharge our stablecoins and bring RLUSD, USD1, USDC, and many more. Bohine says they're committed to getting digital asset market structure legislation done by the end of September. Hey, I mean, truth is in action, so we'll see. Maybe when September comes, they'll say by the end of October. We'll see what happens. And it goes on to say Bitcoin is digital gold, and it's in the United States' best interest to accumulate as much BTC as we can possibly get. So what else is going on? Publicly traded Bakkt Holdings says it may use $1 billion from shelf offering to buy Bitcoin. I think we're going to see a lot more and more of that. Coinbase to launch perpetual-style crypto futures in the United States on July 21st. President Trump says he officially signed trade deal with China. And speaking of trade deals, the European Union says it's ready to make a trade deal with the US. And I think we saw a little bit of a pullback because of this. Judge denies Ripple and SEC's request to end XRP case early. So there was a little bit of a pullback on XRP, but already bouncing back up. Actually, when I saw that post, I was like, great, send it back to like $1.90, $1.70. I'll happily accumulate more XRP. Ripple says the ball is back in our court. Either way, XRP's legal status as not a security remains unchanged. XRP is not a security, and I think the work that Ripple did really benefits Cardano and the rest of the ecosystem. So price is down, a bit bizarre. I mean, Bitcoin is doing phenomenal, but I'm not really concerned. And I always try to look at the positive. So for me, guys, if ADA continues to go down, I would just gladly accumulate. I think it's a no-brainer in these ranges. And so I like to position myself ready for either case. Having some stables on the side in case ADA does go lower, but being optimistic, altruistic that it doesn't go below 51 cents, playing both sides of it. So Bitcoin dominance high, almost 66%. Bitcoin at 106.9, ADA at 0.55, XRP 2.1. So not too bad, not too bad. And again, I think that XRP is a no-brainer when it hits $1.90 or lower, ADA 51 cent or lower. And at this rate, Bitcoin's holding pretty well above 100. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go like to the 75, 71K range when we saw tariffs first announced in that April 7th timeline. So guys, I think the highlight for me today, I want to give a big shout out to the guys in the Base team and Coinbase for listing ADA on Base, but also these DEXs one after the other. I think we'll see PancakeSwap and many others start incorporating cbADA with some incentive programs. Let's give the shout out to none other than our boy, Mr. Alex. He's Alex, I'm Alex. And I think many people roast him, but he has a point that once Ethereum leads, we're going to see the rotation. And I do think Wall Street will buy heavily. And not just Wall Street, just investors in general, retail in general. Cardano has a strong brand, has a very strong narrative. And so I think that we will see that pump. When exactly? I don't know. I've seen some comments say, hey, you said this a few months ago. You said it's going to pump. But again, guys, I don't have a crystal ball. So we will cover what we see every day, all the exciting news. And, the timing, only time will tell. We're going to have to wait and see. It's going to have a lot of volatility on the way. But during those volatility moments, it's a perfect moment to capitalize on, advantageous opportunities. I like dips. That's why I tell people, hey, just send it lower. So guys, let me know what you're most excited about. What do you guys think about Base and the wrapped ADA on Base? I think it's a net positive. I think it will benefit us a lot. And that's it, guys. Let me know what you're most excited about, what you guys are watching. If there's any other things you want me to cover in the ecosystem, smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.